Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Golf Dudes Podcast. I'm Joe Calabro. Flying solo today, as I said. Rich is out and about. So hope everyone's having a great Thursday night. Hope everyone is having a great week. As we have certainly a lot to get to. Those tuning in, hoping to hear from Lynn Miller from Keep Metacomet Green. We were not able to. We had some technical difficulties, and so we weren't able to get it going. We're not really sure what the issue was, but I've been in contact with her, obviously, and we're gonna try to do something either written or a Zoom chat or something along those lines, either tomorrow or sometime soon. So we definitely want their perspective on the events of today. Unfortunately, we just couldn't make it work for the show tonight. We tried for a half an hour, and it just wasn't working for one reason or another. So sorry about that to everyone. But we do have a lot of news to get to today, a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, the breaking news of the day was the situation at Metacomet with the demolition of the course taking place today. Not the course, so the clubhouse taking place today. I drove down there. As you can see, the pictures are popping up on the screen. I drove down there today, took pictures from the Parkway and from, Lion Ave, which is the street off of the Parkway. It's quite surprising. It seems like it came as a surprise to everyone. I don't think people knew about it. According to the city, Marshall Properties obviously applied for demolition license, I guess you would call it, in early February, and it just got approved on March 2nd. Obviously, today is March 4th, so 2 days later they started the demolition. As you can see from the pictures, it's tough to say. I mean, you only get so close, obviously, because it's all fenced off and trees everywhere. So the pictures are what they are. But you can see in the pictures that the whole most of the left side of the clubhouse has been demolished. Obviously, as we've reported, the windows had already been taken out. They had been out for probably a couple of weeks. It felt like. That is kind of where we are with that. Not sure how long this takes. I'm not sure how long the demolition process is. I'm not in the construction business. I'm imagining not too long. How long can it take to knock a building down? But that is underway. That started today, broke early this afternoon, and like I said, I'm not sure how long the whole process is going to take as far as knocking the building down. So, but yeah, that is what happened today over at Metacomet. Now, this all started. We knew we had an idea of the building being demolished or razed, is another word for it. Back in November, when Golf News or I broke the story that the equipment and the furnishings were going to be auctioned off because the building was going to be razed. And obviously, I think we were one of the only ones that reported that. So that's when we first got an idea. And then it sounds like this happening today. Like I said, they got the permit on March 2nd. So what was that, Tuesday? If I'm not mistaken. And then they started demolishing it today. And so it sounds like today kind of came as a surprise. Obviously, a lot of people are trying to preserve the space. That's why I was hoping to have Lynn on to talk to her about next steps. And like I said, I am going to do that in some form or another. So it is quite something that was kind of surprising when I saw it. When I saw it today, and I received notification of it today. Then I went down there myself to see it. Not that I didn't believe the notification, obviously, but just for my own personal reconnaissance, and it's kind of like a journalism thing. I wanted to go see it for myself and get my own pictures, and there you have it. You can see that article up on the Golf News. Obviously, like I said, the pictures aren't that great. You can only get so close, and with an iPhone, but they're there. So that is by far and away the lead story of the day. Joe Brady says it's crazy. Yes, it is. It is kind of crazy. Today was another sad day in Rhode Island golf history with that building being demolished. So that is, and again, we'll keep you updated as to what the status of it is. And again, I'm not sure how long these things take. Perhaps somebody would know better than I would. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a week or if it's going to be done by tomorrow. Not really sure. So, but we will get in contact with the Keep Metacama Green people and figure out and see what they think. So that is where we are with that. Joe Brady says, "Well done." That was the lead story of the day. Obviously, a big story. And again, something that we thought would be coming at some point, but we just weren't sure when. And obviously, people were trying to hold off on it and delay it or save it, whatever the case may be. And that looks like that's not the case. So we'll see what the next steps are. We'll see if there's still any chance. I'm not sure the politics of the whole situation with eminent domain and all this other stuff. So we'll see what happens going forward. And obviously, Golf News or I will keep you posted as far as everything that's going on. So that was the lead story of the day. Caitlin Allen, thanks for watching. Joel Bissett, thanks for watching. Sorry that we were a little bit late. Like I said, well, not a little bit late. We're a lot late. Today we tried to make the guest work. And in live media, sometimes that's what happens. It is what it is. So that's where kind of we are, but we'll certainly take some of your comments. And if you guys have thoughts on the Metacama situation, feel free to comment in the chat. Again, just me tonight. No Rich. We'll go till 8:30 or so ish. We'll see how it goes. Just because we were on so late. So that was a big story of the day. And again, we'll take comments on that throughout the show. And then the other big story of the day that we also put up, obviously we were waiting. The RA Amateur is coming up. We were waiting for a third qualifying course to be named. It was previously just Swansea and Foster. And then today, the RI Golf Association announced that Crystal Lake is going to be the third qualifying site for the RI Amateur. Obviously, as has been reported, we've talked about the Amateur this year is being held at Kirkbride Country Club, which I'm excited about. I get a home game. And as I say over and over, I had more fun going last year every day to the Amateur over at Pawtucket. I had more fun doing that than probably playing. So I'm really looking forward to this year, given that it's a home game for me. So the third qualifying site is Crystal Lake. That it takes place on June 16th. So the three qualifying sites, real quickly, there's some comments. So three qualifying sites are Swansea are May 24th, Foster on June 7th, and the final qualifying site is at Crystal Lake on June 16th. And again, the Amateur is held from July 12th to July 17th at Kirkbride Country Club. So a big announcement today. I'm pretty sure the entire town of Burrillville shared our article today because it went crazy. It was one of those stories where I really didn't think it was going to go that crazy, and it did. So that was the other big story of the day. So Crystal Lake is the third qualifying site, and we'll have big our amateur coverage this year. We're starting to already kind of plan it and figure out what we can do and the possibilities. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of guests on. At least that's the plan. So stay tuned for that. It should be a ton of fun. Joe Brady says, think they want condominiums there. I think they want to build it's obviously talking about Metacama. There could be condominiums there. I'm not sure exactly what the plan was. It's been changed and altered and so many times. I know it was like a shopping center. Um, so I'm not sure what the so I'm not sure what the plan is, but I know it's all in politics now, and I try to stay out of politics as much as possible and just focus on the news and the golf. Ann says Riga said they would at least met if the city bought it. How do you think loss of clubhouse would impact that offer? Well, I think losing the clubhouse probably hurts. It doesn't help, I don't think, but at the same time, and I think I saw somebody post in the Keep Metacama Green page. It might even be Lynn for all I know. I don't want to misquote anybody. That you can rebuild the clubhouse, and you can't necessarily rebuild the whole golf. Well, you can, but yeah, I don't think the loss of the clubhouse helps. But I think, and you can, like somebody said, and I don't know who it was. Somebody posted, you can rebuild the clubhouse, and some people, wanted the clubhouse, thought the clubhouse should have been rebuilt anyways, and perhaps that's one of the issues, as we've talked about on the show. One of the issues that Metacom kind of end up having in the long run, that they could have not rebuilt the clubhouse but updated it, fixed thing, whatever the case may be. So you can always rebuild the clubhouse, and perhaps if this does go through, and if it is it is saved, perhaps that'll be something, I guess, positive to take out of it. Again, if they end up saving the course, or whatever happens. So it's a tough situation, obviously. Again, I'm not sure what the notification process of today was as far as demolishing it. I don't know if anybody even knew about it. Like I said, to me, it seemed like a surprise. I feel like I'm pretty well schooled on what's going on in Rhode Island golf in the state for the most part, and I had no idea this was going to happen, because usually, like, you see these demolitions of like historic buildings and historic places, stadiums or arenas, whatever, that happen, and it's like it's almost like a big event. It's like a media event. Usually, they video it, and it's a whole, they do like a whole ceremony and all this other stuff. And I'm not saying we're going to do that at Metacom anyways, but usually they kind of like announce this stuff, and it just seemed kind of came out of nowhere. Then I quickly grabbed my stuff and drove to Metacom and took the pictures and whatever, tried to post the article from my car. So it was quite an exciting afternoon. It certainly broke up the afternoon, that's for sure. Joe Brady says, thanks, no problem. He says, smart man. I try. I pretend I'm smart every so often. I pretend I'm smart. So that is the stuff. But again, the bigger news. That's the bigger news. The other news is Crystal Lake. You do not have to be somebody messaged me and asked this. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. Do you have to be a member at Crystal Lake to try to qualify? Obviously, the answer is no. You don't have to be a member at Crystal Lake to qualify there. You do need a RI handicap, and you need to be a Riga member. But other than that, you don't need to be a member at any club. You don't need to be a member of Swansea to qualify. You don't need to be a member of Foster to qualify. You just need to be a member of the RI Golf Association, and that's pretty much it. So those are two big stories. And replies, thank you, KMG will persevere in trying to save the land from development. We appreciate your coverage. Thank you. We appreciate that. And like I said, we're just trying to report the news and report whatever happens. So that's kind of where we are. So we'll see what happens going forward. And again, we're going to try to hook up with Lynn, either tomorrow or sometime down the road, and see if we can make something work. We tried for half an hour today, and no luck. And unfortunately, in the media world, that's just how it goes. So that is the stuff going on today. big news day. So the other things that happened this week, obviously we covered Patrick Welch and the Oklahoma Sooners. They won the Copa Collegiate tournament earlier this year. Oklahoma, for those that follow college golf, Oklahoma is number one in the country. They've been number one in the country now for a couple of weeks. Patrick Welch, who's obviously from Providence, from Rhode Island, he's the fifth-ranked golfer in the country. He personally finished ninth in the tournament. He had a great first day. It was solo lead in the first day. Second day, he struggled. And then the third day, he ended up playing pretty well and kind of bouncing back. So it was the second straight top 10 finish. So good for him, obviously. One of the caveats of that tournament was the individual winner gets an exemption onto the PGA Tour's Valero Texas Open. So after day one, I was liking his chances. He had like a 4-shot lead. But obviously, it's college golf, and they're not pros. So 4-shot leads and just 4-shot leads in general in golf don't mean a whole lot. So he wasn't able to hang on, but he still finished top 10, still played pretty well on the last day. So I believe Oklahoma returns to action on March 15th is their next tournament, Monday, March 15th. Usually these college tournaments go Monday to Wednesday. So we will keep an eye on that. We'll also keep an eye on what happens on the other schools, URI, Bryant, obviously Notre Dame for Davis Chatfield and Andrew O'Leary, and others as well. So that was the scene in college, in the college golf section, and we'll obviously keep you updated as he goes. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So my mother says Bay Hill had some good scores today. Yep, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. She says college golf is great to watch. The problem is my mother has never watched a college golf match in her life. So, but maybe I don't know. Never mind. Yes, Bay Hill was today. The Arnold Palmer Invitational. I had an editorial up today about the time I met Arnold Palmer at the CBS Charity Classic way back when. So that was exciting. But yeah, Rory McIlroy and Corey Connors are tied at 6 under. Bryson DeChambeau is 5 under. Jason Kokrak is 4 under. Jordan Spieth is back in the mix at 2 under, and Victor Hovland is 3 under. Why I just said those two scores backwards, I'm really not sure. And but that is what your leaderboard looks like over at Bay Hill. Yeah, Rory played pretty well today. I'm sure my thought is Corey Connors is gonna fall out. I don't think he's gonna be staying there. I know my mother says, okay, that was dad. Oh, all right, fair enough. I was gonna say that was a weird thing to post. I don't think Corey Connors is gonna stay there, so we'll see if DeChambeau can make a run. Obviously, it's only the first round, so sorry. We'll see if DeChambeau can make a run. We'll see if Jordan can make a run. The sad part of the whole tournament is Ricky Fowler had a feature article on him earlier this week talking about his frustrations and how he's been miserable and his wife has to deal with them and all these other things. Just some really heartfelt quotes from Ricky Fowler. We haven't really heard from him, but he's obviously I don't want to say he helped runs the tournament, but he endorsed it. He's a partner of the tournament, the Arnold Palmer Invitational, so he had to do a press conference, and I'm pretty sure it's his first press conference he's done, at least all this season. I don't remember the last time he was in a press conference because he hasn't been relevant. Usually they only take the top few guys to do a press conference, but he had to do one prior to the tournament. He just talked about his frustrations, and then then today he goes out and he shoots 4 over par, and he's tied for 90 something. Who knows? I mean, he's ranked 65th in the world right now. He's a long way from the top 50 to qualify for the Masters. He's a long way, seemingly, from winning anything on tour. I'm not sure what the future holds for Ricky Fowler. Hopefully, I mean, all these guys all turn it around. I mean, Jordan Spieth turned it around. Tiger's turned it around a number of times over the course of his career. I'm sure Phil has done the same. But yeah, so that's the rundown at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Joseph Brady says, would be cool if he does, meaning it would be cool if Rory wins. It would be. And he works with Brad Faxon. And I saw an article today from Evan Lynch of Golf Week and talking about, Faxon and Rory working together. Faxon's obviously helping with his putting. So, yeah, we'll see if he holds on. He has a tendency to, lately, Rory's had a tendency to kind of not show up in these final rounds for whatever reason. So we'll see if he gets, we'll see if he gets it this week, perhaps. I think he's the defending champion, right? He won Bay Hill. Was it last year or the year before? Anyway, one of the last 2 years he won Bay Hill. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. Anyway, wonder if Ricky needs to focus more. It was funny. What night was it? Tuesday night. I'm trying to think. It was funny. Nick Faldo took a major shot at Ricky Fowler earlier this week, saying somebody tweeted about how he's not going to qualify for the Masters, and Faldo replied to the tweet. And again, if you know how Twitter works, it's kind of screwy, but it's funny for like celebrity like gossip, I guess. And so Nick Fowler replied to the tweet and he was like, oh, if Ricky misses the Masters, he can shoot 6 more commercials during that week. So kind of a savage shot. And some people kind of ripped Nick Faldo for saying that, given that he's a color commentator, and a known, PGA Tour guy as far as media. So Faldo kind of got ripped for saying that, but it was kind of funny. And perhaps he's right. I mean, again, email Lynch, and I hate to reference other media, but we're not competing with Golf Week at the current moment. We're trying to compete with other golf websites in New England. Iman wrote a great column on Ricky Fowler. I think it was last season, talk about how he's the perfect example of an overexposed superstar. How he has all these endorsements and all these different things, and the clothes and everything, but he can't win. And generally speaking, in sports, and not that I would know anything about this, but generally speaking in sports, the idea is to win first and then become a brand, right? Not be a brand first and then try to win. The idea is to try to win first. So that was kind of a great column. If you look interested, Google it. That's by Eamon Lynch of Golf Week. So Brady thought that was brilliant, and his intentions were spot on. He wasn't wrong. That's the Faldo certainly wasn't wrong. That's not what people are arguing. People are just saying that it was kind of weird for him to, not weird, it was just kind of rude for him to just kind of tweet that out in such a public forum. But he definitely wasn't wrong. I don't think anyone was saying, or not too many people anyway, were saying that he was wrong. But it was just a fascinating little thing. So lots going on. It was interesting to watch Bay Hill. The rest of the weekend, obviously the Players Championship is next week, and kind of we're approaching, I don't remember what the exact day was. We're approaching the anniversary of kind of the whole world being shut down, or at least the sports world for now, the whole sports world being shut down because of the pandemic. And obviously the Players will determine that kind of, affected the most, because they played the first round and then the rest of it was, canceled. The first round with fans, by the way, and then the rest of it was canceled. So we're approaching that anniversary, kind of the day that sports went away for a while. And then obviously the tour was among the first things back. So that'll be an interesting week next week. And again, I can't remember exactly what the date was that happened. I know there's a documentary about it. And again, I don't know what exactly the date was, but it's coming up next week. Is the day for sure. So I'm sure you'll see stuff about it and read about it. Lots going on. Be sure, if you're interested in golf history and kind of world history, obviously, be sure to pre-order Peter May's book, The Open Question. We have that coming up. We're going to have more content regarding that as well over the next month or so. That book comes out May 12th, but it's available to pre-order now. The Open Question talks about Ben Hogan in the 1942 U.S. Open. Obviously, there was no 1942 U.S. Open because of the World War, but instead there was the Hail America Open, and Hogan won it in a stacked field. And all these years, he thought he had won the U.S. Open. So he thought he had 5 U.S. Opens, and that is not the case. So the Open Question by Peter May examines, what the USGA's decision and what, why they haven't reversed it, or should they reverse it? Kind of the whole, excuse me, kind of the whole thing. So be sure to check that out. Again, we're going to have more content regarding that, in the next few weeks to a month. So be sure to click on that from our website, preferably, and pre-order a copy now. We're going to have Peter May on the show. We're hoping, if COVID restrictions allow, to have some sort of like book signing event, maybe a live chat, in-person chat type of thing. So we'll keep you posted on that. Yep, the Hail America Open. Look it up. The U.S. It was hosted by the USGA, and it was on the weekend of what should have been the U.S. Open, and so that's why. So all these years, Hogan thought he won the U.S. Open, and it turns out they didn't count as the U.S. Open, despite the field being loaded. I think Sam Snead was playing. The legends of the game were playing, but they didn't count it. So the Open Question talks about that, and that tournament and that whole situation. Obviously, during the World War, it was an unprecedented move. It still is an unprecedented move by the USGA to kind of do that, to host a tournament, and have it be so significant. The weekend of what should have been the U.S. Open at the time. So should be a really good book. Again, Peter's going to join us. We'll have some other content regarding it, but should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to working with Peter more as it gets a little bit closer to kind of the release date. And again, that release date is May 12th, but you can pre-order from our website. Another event coming up that I wanted to tell you about, and this guy is going to come on the show in probably the first week of April, is the plan tentatively. The Chase for a Cure tournament at Valley Country Club is hosted by Michael Callahan and his wife to benefit his young son, Chase Callahan. We have an article up about it on the website. We sponsored it for the week. They're looking to fill some spots. It's for a great cause. It's a great way to kick off golf season, get some early rounds in before tournaments start. It's a great event. Obviously, the Valley, which is a great course. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up through our website. The link is on our website. You can click the link and sign up, or donate, or whatever you want to do. So that's coming up. I believe that's May 17th at Valley. Chase for a Cure to benefit the Marfan Foundation and obviously the Callahan family and young Chase Callahan. So that's coming up as well. So lots going on. And Mother says, what's Tiger's status today? Tiger's status is the same as it's been. We don't have I don't get a daily update. I didn't talk to him today. So lots going on. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. Sorry to everyone for the technical difficulties earlier in the show, but that stuff happens, and I will keep you posted as far as what we do with Lynn Miller or keep Metacoma green going forward. I would still like to do something. Just kind of get their perspective on what happened today, obviously with the Metacom situation, and steps forward, or what's next. So I'll keep posted on that stuff. Also welcome to all of our new followers And thanks to everybody for signing up for the e-blast every morning. We're up to 130 something subscribers, which is pretty cool. And so that's been really good. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to Joe Brady for commenting. Caitlin Allen, thanks for watching. Mother, thanks for watching. Joel Bissett, thanks for watching. And thanks for watching and contributing. And yeah, that's all we got. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend. Again, stay tuned for announcements on what we're doing with Lynn Miller. Hopefully something tomorrow. It could be an article. It could be some kind of live chat. So stay tuned for that or for announcement on that. And we will talk to you throughout the weekend, obviously. I know golf courses are opening. We've been trying to post articles on each one that opens. If you know a course that that's open and we haven't posted it for whatever reason, whether we missed it or we just didn't see it, whatever, feel free to send that along and we'll get it up, obviously. So exciting time of year. Next week is going to be in the high 50s supposedly, and that's where we're at. So hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will talk to you throughout the week. Thanks to everybody for your support and for tuning into the show, and we will see you next week.